जाएगी तुम्हारी। बाद अम्मा वो देखो, अम्मा वो देखो, देखो अम्मा बोला बोला, अम्मा पूजा कर रही। अरे रह जा, क्लास चालू हो जा दे, चली थी। कौन है इसमें? दीदी नहीं है, दीदी नहीं।
I hope my shared content is also visible now.
दादा है। चलो कहाँ चलना है?
Okay, cool. So yesterday we saw how we can create our APIs by using controller and response body, and we can combine both the annotation to use only REST controller, and in the same way we can use get mapping and post mapping to generate the content in JSON format, right? So is there any question in what we discussed yesterday? Yes, guys, any question? Okay, so first of all, what we are going to do is actually it is not asked anywhere as already outdated, but someone can ask you that by default you are getting the data in JSON format. Uh, in last batch that I took off Spring Boot, there also I haven't given that. Even it's not in syllabus, but I just got a thought casually that I should teach you also uh, that how you can get the data in XML format, right? Because by default it is returning the data in JSON format. So there you have something as Jackson API. What you have? Jackson API. This one. Okay. So using this Jackson only, we will be converting the data into XML format. So we are going to use the application that we created yesterday only. So let me close all other files. By the way, today it's a very horrific incident of a plane crash in Gujarat. Have you heard about it, guys? It's so horrific. Like all of them lost their life. I think only one person is surviving. Yeah. Actually, no one can predict about life when it is going to be last message, last call, last meeting of someone. Everything is so unpredictable here. That's why you should always be happy and cherish the moments without taking any tension, right? Nobody knows about life. Okay, so let's understand what we are going to do. So what we are going to discuss today is how to produce data, or how to produce XML data from API, or you can say how to produce XML. Okay, that's it. How can we produce the data in XML format? Because JSON is all we are getting right. We should keep it. So there are some of the additional step actually, right? Raja is saying voice is not coming. Guys, am I audible? How is it possible? Am I audible, guys? Raja, just fix your internet or reconnect the meeting. So here we have one question that how to produce XML data APIs, and it will be followed by some of the steps, some additional steps actually. So at first, add the dependency of add the dependency of Jackson XML. What you have to do, you have to add the dependency of Jackson XML. So what we are going to do is we'll go to Maven repository website, mvn repository, and here we will add search the same, that is Jackson XML. Search it. You will get these kind of things. So here you are getting Jackson data format hyphen XML. This one only you can check, this one. And as for Spring Boot, version is not required. You can take any version from here. And Spring Boot, you will remove the version. So just copy it like this, and we'll go to pom.xml file, that is employee API project, pom.xml file. In pom.xml file, between the dependencies, we will add the dependency of Jackson XML. And version is not required in case of Spring Boot, so I will remove this version kind of thing, not required here. Okay, just save the file so that you will get the dependency of Jackson. The first part is the dependency of Jackson XML. That's it. Let's read a bit about this. So what it will say, that it is the data format extension for Jackson to offer alternative support for serializing POJOs as XML. It means that if you have a POJO class means we are having one employee class, right? Where we are producing the data in JSON format. That is POJO class only. POJO class means I'm having some private fields and getter setter methods. So it will convert the POJO class into a XML data set, right? Now let's go back. In the second step, what we will do is, this is the first step. In the second step, what we will do, annotate the annotate the model or entity class with, you have to provide one annotation. What annotation you have to provide here? And that annotation is at the rate of Entity class means whatever employee class that we are having, or if you are having any other class that you can use. So you have to annotate that class with at the rate of Jackson, Jackson, J capital, all small. XML, X capital, all small. Jackson, XML, root element, like this. What you have? Jackson XML, root element. So we'll go back to our class, that is src main java, then entity, then we will open the file, and along with entity I will mark it as at the rate of Jackson XML root element, like this. Got it? Jackson XML root element. So that's it. Now we'll do this. Third is create the controller. Third way is, that is the step third. Step 3, create the employee controller. Create the employee controller to send the data in XML format. That's it. So let's go back to the file, that is controller, which is our employee controller class. Already we are having a mapping of NIT here, that if a request is starting with NIT, then only it will come here. Now we will create one more controller here. What we will do, we will create one more controller. So here we will write, so we are going to return a public employee get emp in XML. We will return one employee directly, right? So here I will create employee equals to new employee. You can create it anyway, okay? And auto wired it, and here we are returning this e employee. So we will just prepare this employee. So e dot set id. I will set the ID to something as emp4. Some random values I am typing. I am not asking from the database. Set department. Department is design department. Then e dot set designation. Designation is UI UX developer. Then we will get e dot set name. Let's say anything you can keep here. Let's say Raja. And e dot set salary. Some salary will keep here as salary isn't. And now we are returning the employee. But when we are returning the employee, so at the rate of get mapping, that whenever you are getting the mapping of what? Here I will keep get mapping of. So here directly you will not provide the name. Here I will provide get mapping value equal to something. Value is get emp in XML, like this. What I am doing, get emp in XML. This is what I have written. As of now, I am not doing anything else. Now let's start the application. So for that we will go to main class and we will start the application. Now will open the Postman. Now no browser checking is required. We have our Postman. I hope you guys have installed the Postman and it is working fine within your system. So here we will create one more tab here. We will fetch http colon double forward slash localhost colon 8080 slash get emp in xml. Now this is the thing that I am hitting. Let's hit the send button, and what we are getting is we are getting here 404 not found. What we are getting here 404 not found. That this request is not available. Check the Spring Boot. Is it having any error? No, it's not having any error. The reason is, I think you guys have dropped the call yesterday because I have checked that when I was giving the lecture on request mapping, you guys missed it. Here to the class, I have written request mapping of slash NIT. It means that all the request after 8080 should have slash NIT. Then only it will take. So here before writing the get employee, we will keep here slash NIT. Now all the requests that are having slash NIT will be redirected to this. Hit the send button again, and this time also we got query okay, and data we are getting in JSON format, because this is by default, it will not change anything. This is by default only and it will not change anything. Now what we have to do for changing it, you have to check this. Here I am typing get mapping value is equals to get emp in xml. You have to provide it one more attribute, that is produces. What is that? Is produces. That what it will produce, right? What it will produce. So it is going to produce the data in application slash xml. Application slash xml, like this. Application slash xml. So here I am writing one produces attribute and it is going to produce the data in xml format. So let's start the server again, or server, or you can say the application again. Now we are going to make the get request again, send, and you will see that now we are getting our data in xml format. How we are getting the data? So at first we are getting one employee tag. The employee is going to have ID emp4, then name Raja, designation tag, then department tag, then salary tag, and then employee tag. It's so easy, right? So what you have to do is you can create a controller to send the data in JSON format, sorry, XML format. So it can be asked to you that how will you produce the data in. Generally, no one will ask. Just for a safe side, I'm teaching you this. Right. So what we will be using, Jackson API. Before Spring 3, there was something as JAXB also. That is not supported now. Now we have only Jackson API. What we have? Jackson API. So that is the same answer here if someone is asking you. Jackson API will produce here that Jackson API is used to produce the result, produces used to produce the result XML format. Why we use it? We use Jackson API to produce the result in XML format, and it is totally annotation based. Any questions, guys, that how you will produce the data in XML format? It's simple steps. At first, your class should be having annotation as Jackson XML root element, and then here in the get mapping, you can write produces the data in application slash XML format. That's it. Got it? Jackson API. Please, sir, insert one data in database yesterday class concept JSON format. Okay, so you, Sankar, you want the revision of how we were inserting the data in database? Are you saying that? Clarify it. You want revision of that or what? What is your question? Or you are asking how to insert data in database from Postman? Clarify your question fast. By using Postman insert data. So here, I know that why you are getting confused. Let me clarify it to you. Whenever you are using Postman, there is no hard and fast rule actually. Last time what you were doing, you were be having some input boxes. First input box, second input box, then you were having third input box, and you were exporting the values from these input boxes. Now, whenever we are using Postman, when we are using Postman tool, why we are saying it is a tool? Because it serves as a browser. It serves as a browser, and here we can work on APIs, work on APIs without having front end. Now you are not required to create any front end. It means that if you are writing data, if you are writing post data, or let's insert one value using Postman only. So yesterday this was the post request that we were making add employee. So here I will make it NIT here. Now this is a post request that HTTP localhost 8080 NIT add employee. It means that you are trying to add one employee in this local address 8080 where your typically Spring Boot is running. Got it? Now in this particular part, how we are going to add the data. So let's understand that. Now, whenever I am making this post request, let me delete the data that is already written because again the same data will be going. Now, technically it is like this, means there is no data that I am sending. But add employee, how this controller is written? This controller is written in such a way that you have to give the employee, you have to give employee EMP. And here I'm doing request body. What I'm doing here, I'm doing request body. It means that however the employee class is written, you have to send the data in that format only, means JSON format. Now in Postman, let's say if you are having a front end written in JavaScript, there it is very easy. But here if you want to produce, what we will do is we will go to body, means what is the body of request that you are sending. Now you have lot of option. One is form data. Form data is used whenever you are not using this at the rate of request body. I will show you these with the front end actually. There you will understand it when we will create the message application. I am not sending any form data. I am sending raw data. Raw means without front end. Click on raw, and what kind of raw data you are sending? XML data, sorry, JSON data. If you are sending in tags, you can use XML here. Then you have to write the tags in the same way. At first you have to keep the employee tag, then you have to keep the closing of employee tag. So like that you have to do, like this. But as of now what we are doing, we are producing one particular JSON data. That's it. How JSON is written? Curly brackets, JavaScript object. What is the body of it? Body is let's say this one is, I'm just checking the things. Copy paste it. Now here we will prepare the data. How? In this format. That ID of the employee is going to be EMP4. Name of employee is going to be Raja. Designation is going to be UI developer. Department is design department. Salary is 30,000. Now whenever you are writing the data in this format, it will convert the data into a form, HTML form. So let's say this is what you have written in XML, in JSON format in Postman. This one. It will be converted into a form. So how it will be converted? First is input type equals to text. Input type equals to text, and name of input box will be ID, like this. Postman automatically will do it for you. Anything. 5 values. Second input box type as text, and name of the input box is name only. Third is type as text, name of the input box is designation. Designation. Fourth is department, and fifth is salary. So Postman will create a form internally. It is a testing tool, right? So it will create a form internally. Got it? Now, whenever I am doing this particular part as send, so we will send this value. Now, when we are doing send, we got 200 OK, and we got employee added successfully. What we got? We got employee added successfully. Now you can fetch this employee here in the get. If you want to add multiple employees, then you have to create a method for it, that you will get a list of employees. Right now what we are accepting here in the controller, in controller we are accepting only one employee data. You can say that okay, we will get list of employee, right? We will get list of employee, and then you can do er dot save all. Like that we have one method, so all will be saved. That is how we will do. Now here we have some status code. There are some of the status codes like 200, 300, 400, 500, and all of them are having meaning. All of them are having meaning, that are called HTTP status code. What are they called? HTTP status code. That in Postman just now we got, right? Here in Postman, when I was posted the value, I got 200, and here it is written in green color. So it is written for particular, and they are, they are having some of the rules as well. It is not just randomly that you are getting one particular status code. No, they are fixed. So let's understand how we got these particular things. So with first we will remove all of these things. Here we will keep status codes. HTTP status codes. So there are some of the status code that will be starting from one something after one. Now, if any status code is starting from one, it simple means that if any status code is starting from one, it means that it is providing information. Is providing information. You will get information from it. Now there will be some of the code that will be starting from 2 and all will be 3 digits only. Most of the codes will be 3 digits only. If they are starting from 3, sorry, 2, the codes starting from 2 represent success message. What they represent? They represent the success messages. Inside that also we have lot of some important I will write here. If your status code is starting from 3, if your status code is starting from 3, 3 represent the redirection. The codes starting from 3 represents redirection. Redirection means whatever you are trying to fetch is available on any other link like that. Then there will be some of the status codes that are starting with 4. They represents the codes starting from 4 represent error. They represent the error. An error from the client side. If a status code is starting from 4, it means that you are having client side error. There will be two type of error. One is thrown by client and another is thrown by server. So if it is starting from 4, it means that it is a client side error. The codes starting from 5 represents error. It is also represent error, but from which side? Server side error. So these are the 1 to 5 HTTP status codes. Generally, whenever you are transporting the data, either receiving or either sending, HTTP codes. These are the configurations here that from 1 to 5 you will get these kind of errors and informations. Now inside them also we have lot of things. So for 200 you have just now seen that 200 represent okay, means whatever you were trying to fetch everything is okay here. Everything is okay. Now let's say I will hit one problem here. So whenever I am doing the post request, there is one ID, name, designation, department, and salary field. There is no such field as you can say book. There is no book field available, and I am sending one book value as string. Let's say Wings of Fire. This is the one book name that I am sending in my request. Now, what will happen when I'm doing the post mapping with wrong kind of information? So when I'm doing the send button, here again we got 200, right? Here we got 200 again. Let's say I will write all the wrong informations. What I will do in the JSON format, I will provide all the wrong information. So there is one wrong information as, let's say, one field I will keep as book of fire. And second field I will keep as price. Means you are sending some wrong data here. Price is 400. Then I will keep author's name. And these are the three values that now we will send using post mapping. So let's send. And what we got is 500. Internal server error. That there is some problem from the server. there is some problem from the server. What is the problem from server? That server is not able to accept the value that you are giving, because our server know one thing, that I will accept the value of type employee, because here it is requesting the body of an employee, and as an employee it should have id, department, designation, name and salary. It should not have book name, author name and the price. So that is a error from server, that your server is not able to accept the values. Now how we will be having any internal error from client side? So let's say I am trying to make a get request. http colon double forward slash localhost colon 8080 slash nit slash add employee, and we will make a get request, and we are making a get request from add employee. What we are doing, we are making a get request from add employee. So let's hit the send button, and here we got 450, sorry, 405 method not allowed. Now this is an error from the client side, that whatever client is sending one get mapping to the add employee, but no, it's a post mapping. What it is? It is not a get mapping. It is one post mapping available on add employee. Client is doing something wrong here. What wrong is done by client? That yes, there is something problem. So these are the status codes here. Now we are going to see some of very important ones that you can get. So if your code is 100, if you are getting your code as 100, it means that it means that here we will keep codes and their meaning. So if you are getting 100, the meaning of 1000 is, it means that request has been received. Can proceed now. Request has been received. You can continue the process. In whatever process you are doing, you can do that. That's it. If you are getting 101, it means that server is switching server is switching the protocols as requested. Means if you were trying to request something to the server and server accepted your request, okay, I am trying to change the protocols. That will means in 100 you will get an information that whatever request you are doing, it has been received, you can continue now. Then you got 101. 101 means that server is switching between the protocols. Server is switching the protocols. Then you will get 200. Then you will get 200. 200 means okay. 200 will give you one message as okay. And this 100 will give you one message as created. This 100 will give you one message as created. This 101 will give you one message as switching protocols. Will give you one message as switching protocols. 200 will give you one message as okay, that whatever you are requesting is okay, we find it, and request is successful. Request is successful. Then you will get 201. In 201 you will get the message as created. And when you will get this, resource is created successfully after performing post operation, that you were performing some post operation, and after doing those operation your request has been created. After 201, after 201 you have 200 201, and there you will have 204 as well. And 204 means no content. 204 means no content. It means that request is successful. Request is successful, but it does not have any content. But it does not have any content. That is meant by 204. You will get 301. 301, which means as moved permanently. Moved permanently. That whatever link you are requesting has been moved permanently to any other links. So 301 means the resource has been moved permanently any other URL. That this is not the URL now, it has been moved to any other. Then you will get 302. 302 means found. Found means the the resource has been moved temporarily. That earlier it was moved to somewhere, but right now it is available at the same place only. This is 302. After 302, you will get 304 request, which means not modified. Means no change has been made to the resource. Resource URL has not been modified. The resource URL has not been modified. Then you will get 400. 400 means bad request. 400 means bad request. 401 means unauthorized. Unauthorized means that whatever you are requesting requires some password and you are not providing password. That is 401. Then you will get 403, which means forbidden. Which means forbidden. 404, that is the very famous error 404. That is not found. That whatever you are requesting is not available. 404 not found. It's very famous, right? 404 not found. Then you will get 405. 405 means method not allowed. That just now we got, right? I have shown you in Postman. 405 method not allowed. There is one more which is not in fashion, that is conflict. 409 means conflict. Conflict means there is a conflict with the current state of the resource. This is a kind of error that whenever, let's say, CBSE is releasing the result and 10 lakh students are trying to check their result within the fraction of second, right? And in that case, if a student is fetched the result and try to refresh the window, at that time you will get this particular conflict error. Then you will have 500. 500 means internal server error. Just now we have seen this error in Postman. Then you will have 501. 501 means not implemented. That whatever request you are doing, here you can say server does not support the functionality that the user is requesting. So whatever user is not requesting is not supported by server. Then you will get 502. 502 means bad gateway. Bad gateway. It means that invalid response. Then you have 503. 503 means service unavailable. Service unavailable means that server is not active. Server is not active. So these are the things that we are going to have here. Now let's say I'll go to my Eclipse and stop the server. Currently server is not running, server has been closed. Now if we are trying to fetch something or try to do some post mapping or get mapping, what it will say? So let's make the send request, and what we are getting here, error connection, that it is not able to send the request as server is currently not responding properly. So that is how basically these kind of things occurs. Okay, and that is how you create the API, you generate the data in XML format, JSON format. That is how you use Jackson API. Now let's try to create one real time application by using this particular knowledge that we have gained here. And this time we will prepare the front end first, because you should understand how we are going to create the things. So we are going to start by creating our React application first. So here, let's open VS Code. I hope everybody of you is aware with the React or Angular. You can use the same way. So here I already have a folder, and we are using Vite as our particular build tool to create the React application. So here I will just hit the URL, that is npm create. A minute, it's lagging. Npm create read at the rate of latest. Okay, so we should decide one name for our particular project. Okay, we'll go to AI now. Ask it suggest means in because here we will encrypt and decrypt the messages. We just name cryptifies lock talk. Okay, this one is looking good. Lock talk, that whatever you are talking will be locked. You can keep anything there. I will keep lock talk. Npm create wheat at the rate of latest lock, and here we are going to use React and JavaScript. You can use TypeScript as well. Totally depends on you. Install the dependencies here. So app is getting created. I have to wait a bit. Till then in Eclipse also we can create a Spring Boot project, because I know whatever basic things we are going to do, we will create that. So let's close all these things. So let's create the project now. Here also we will keep the same name, Lock Talk. That is Lock Talk and com.api, Lock Talk, simple API application. And inside this, we will add the dependency of Spring Data JPA, Spring Web, Lombok, and MySQL driver. And we'll just finish it. Okay. Let's open VS Code now until it is getting created. So here our application has been created. We will start our front end application and I hope it is running as well. It is running on localhost 5173. So, got it. So here it is running perfectly fine. As front end is very simple. We are not going to do too much thing. Single page application it is going to be. So let's open it and we will start making changes to the app. So log talk, here we have log talk, src, app.jsx. At first, whatever is available in index.css, we will remove that because it is the universal CSS file. Margin I will keep as 0 here. Padding I will keep as 0 here. Box sizing I will keep as border box here. And now, okay, so if you are a previous learner of React, where we were be using npx, no problem, it is same, right? It will work same everywhere. And we will remove whatever is written in app.jsx and app.css. And here rfce to generate a functional component. And you can see that now we are getting this particular part. That's it. We will make some of the quick changes here. So at first we will render the JSX fragment here. And inside this we will create one div, and to this div we will give a class name as container. This is going to be our main container. Import the CSS file here. So I will import is app.css. Inside CSS we will provide dot container. To this we will give width as 100 view width, height as 100 view height, background color we will provide hashtag not complete black, somewhat less black, and it will be displaying the flags which will be aligning the items in center and justifying the content in center, keeping the flex direction to be column. That's it. We will go to index.html to make some of the change. The title of the app I will keep as Lock Talk. Talk, Talk. And it is having one icon. I will remove this icon permanently. No change. Here at first I will provide one h1 tag, that is heading. Heading is simply lock talk. And in index.css I will provide the color of the text. Or there you can provide, or we will provide inside the container. So here the text color is going to be white. Color is going to be white. That is what we are getting now. Lock talk. Let's provide a hyphen between lock talk. It will look good. I talk hyphen talk. This lock talk. Okay. Now inside this we will provide two particular things. So here we will provide one form first. What we will do? We will provide one of the form first. Form. Like this. This form will have one label as first. First label means you can type your message here. You can type the message here. It is going to have the input box. It is going to have the input box. And as you know, in React, we need to do the state management. So here I will create const message set message equals to use state equals to use state. Initial value is empty string. Now to this input box, we will give type as text. Its value is going to be message value. On change, it will hit one particular event and setting the message value to event dot target dot value. Event dot target dot value. After having this particular thing, we will be having next label where you can set a password to it. Where you can set a password. And to that we can provide placeholder as also that enter your message. Then we are providing one label as password. Then here again we will provide one input box and we should create one state for it. So same way const password comma set password equals to use state and null value. To this input box we will provide type as password, type as password. Its value is going to be password. Here I have kept the small. Same I will keep there. And on change of the value, it will be hitting the set password, setting the value to event dot target dot value, and here it will have event. And then at last it is going to have one button, and button will say submit. Can say encrypt message, and button type will be equals to submit. Button type will equals to be submit. Let's check how it is looking. So it is looking in this particular worst format. We will just do some of the basic CSS. So what I will do here, I will create form tag here. At first, form is displaying flex, and here you can keep some of the row gap of 20 pixel. Okay, it is displaying flex, and it is having one border of 1 pixel solid white, and it is the form is having a padding of around 30 pixel. So if flex direction you can keep as column. Flex direction is column with a row gap of 10 pixels like this. So that is how you are getting your form now. Obviously we will design it, right? No worries. So we will do first thing to this. We will give a placeholder value that enter your password. Enter your password. Like this we will do. Enter your password. Form is not having any action till now. This form is not having any action till now. Or else do one thing, I'm not creating form tag here. Simple, I will create a div tag here. Div with the ID as form. And this also normal div I am creating. From this button type equals to submit. Because you need to understand how API works, right? So this is what we are getting now in app.css. I will just keep here hash form. So it will not make any change, by the way. Still we are getting the same thing, right? Now this label and all we will fix. So let's call the label here. Label tag I will call, and I will give a font size of 20 pixel to it with a font weight of 600. Then I will call the input box, where input box will have a height of 40 pixel, and it is going to have the width of around, you can keep 300 pixel here, right? Border radius you can keep of around 12 pixel. Font size you can keep around, font size means 20 pixel only. Adding from left you can provide of 10 pixel. Color of the text you can provide as white, and input box will have no outline. Outline as none. That's it. That is how we are getting now, that you can type your message here, you can type your password here. To the input box, color you can provide as black. Text color means black. So like that you will be having the things. And the message box will have a bigger height actually. So for that, this message where you are typing the message in the input box, I will give it a ID. ID is equal to message hyphen box. Let's call it in CSS, that is has message hyphen box. I will provide its height to be around 200 pixel. Inline style also you can write. 200 is becoming very big. No, 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 no. 100 will be fine, I think. Yeah. So here you can type your message. Let's say, hello, dear. Let's catch up the cafe. So here you can see that content is scrolling from left to right. Like content in the input box is scrolling from left to right. So whenever the content is scrolling from left to right, or you can say right to left, how to fix this particular thing? So you can provide some of the things. Column you can provide, or else you can provide the overflow, right? You can provide lot of things actually. So let's try out them. What we will do? We will try out all these things. So here you have to provide this. What you have to provide? That this message box, if it is getting overflow in X direction, means horizontally, that will be hidden. First fix is this, that overflow of the X is hidden. Now let's try. So here we will type the things again. It's something like this. Again, the content is scrolling from the left to right. Content is scrolling from left to. Who is the parent of them? The parent of them is the form. To the form also I will provide the same thing, that overflow is hidden there as well. That is the first fix that we are trying. So here let's type the things again, and content is scrolling again. No problem. Now what we will do here, to the input box I will provide the box sizing. To the input box, that is the message box, here to this I will provide the box sizing as border box. Box sizing as border box. Again we'll try to type a message here, and again content is scrolling perfectly fine. There is no problem here, right? Now in this particular thing, If I want to secure it, how many options I have? Let's say you will provide column value to it, right? You can provide column value to it, that how many particular column one input box will have, how many columns one input box is going to be have. See, there is lot of things that you can provide here, by the way, right? Here, by the way, you can provide lot of things. Now, if you are asking, it is in normal HTML, because it is a normal HTML. By the way, if it is bootstrap, there you can use call 6b and lot of things you can do here. But if I am using this in a normal HTML, then let's try to provide. So here we'll go to VS Code, and to this first input box, I'll try to provide column value, and it is not supporting. Now here, if you are trying to provide it as an input box, it is going to be a bit difficult for you. What it is going to be? It is going to be bit difficult for you to understand it. Then how to fix this particular issue? Here you can try to fix its height width as well. Here already we are fixing its height width. Let's try to provide these particular things there as well, that overflow X is the hidden of input box, that it will not be overflowing. Then border box also you can provide like this same, and type the things. Content is again scrolling. Content is scrolling again. Here you can keep a text area first, right? The best possible thing that you can do here is text area. But as you know that there is a problem in the text area, you can change its size. By default, it has no fixed size. So let's say to this text area, if I am writing text area here, and this is what I will get, that enter your message, whatever message you are typing here, it will come like this. Best possible thing that you can do is text area. So whatever properties you are providing to this input box, same I will provide to the text area tag like this, so that you are getting the values in this format. Now here you have to type your message, that hello, meet me at cafe today at 9 p.m. So that is the message that particularly I'm throwing from here. And obviously you can type a password here. All the input box is going to have a border. Border we will keep a 1 pixel solid and white color border we will keep. Like this. To this button tag also I will fix, by the way. Okay. This button tag also I will fix. And here it is aligning the items in center and justifying the content in center. Now button also we will fix. So to the button we will say that it is going to have a height of 45 pixel. Its background color is going to be completely red. See, I'm doing it a very minimal design. You can keep anything else. Color I will keep as white here. Font size I will keep around 20 pixel. Font weight I will keep around 600. Letter spacing I will keep as 2 pixel, and width I will keep as fit content. Padding I will keep as around 4 pixel. Border radius of 10 pixel, and cursor is pointer. That is how our button is looking now. Encrypt the message. To this we will provide no border. Border means no border. That is how our button is looking now. That is encrypt message. Now this is what we are going to provide in the lock talk. That is what we are going to provide in lock talk, but this is for encrypting the message. All these things is for encrypting the message. So now let's first understand this only. For encrypting the message, how many parameters you are having? You are having one message and one password. What you are having? One message and one password. So let's go back to Eclipse now. So here we got the project lock talk here, where, here. Here we have the lock talk app. At first, create all the necessary packages using the base package, entity, repository, and control. So new class, sorry, my bad. At first, I will create packages. So new and package. At first, dot entity. You can keep model as well. Model entity, both are same thing. Then next package that I will create is repo package. So API dot repo. One more package that I will keep here is controller. Now let's go to the entity package. So what is coming from the front end? One message is coming. So here I will create one message class. We are having one message class. At first I want its table. Yes, entity. Very good. I want this message entity. I will keep here. Second thing is how many field it will have. It will have three field. Private int message. It will have private int message. Right? What it will have? It will have private int. Sorry, not int. It should be string. Private string message. Yes, yes, it should be string. And this message will only be the primary key. Then you will have private string password. Private string password. Then you will have private string secret message. You will have something as secret message. And this secret message will be generated by our Spring Boot. It will take one message and one password from the user and it will generate one secret message. What it will be doing? It will be generating one secret message. Sorted? In the repo package, we will be having the class that is going to be message repo. And this, sorry, it should be an interface. We will mark it with at the rate of repository public interface message repo and it should extends GPA repository with the class name and the primary key name, that is string. Okay, got it? Sorted. In the controller, I will create one particular controller as that is going to be message controller space message controller class. I will annotate this class with at the rate of rest controller. Annotate the class with rest controller like this. Public class message controller. And it is going to accept the, there is going to be one public string secret encrypt message. There is one method that is encrypt message. Whatever message is coming, you will encrypt that. So you understand from the front end, user will send these two values, password and message. So post mapping is going to be there. Yes. Post mapping. Post mapping of slash what? Encrypt message. This is the URL. Encrypt message where you are encrypting the message. And what it will be doing? It will be accepting two things. String message. Third thing that it is going to do is string password. Now here we are accepting these two things and it will return. As of now, I will return success string. That's it. Got it? Public string encrypt message. Now let's restart the app. At first we want our table to be created. So restart the application. Spring Boot app. Sorted. Okay. No database. So we will just create a database log. Create database log. And we will not be writing all the things again. Already we have written multiple times. We'll just copy paste the properties. Just database name I will change from API to log. Now let's restart the app again. One table to be created first. Okay, so table has been created. Now in the controller, we will write the, at first I will auto wire the wired private message repo MR. Here I will prepare one message object, that is message m equals to new message. You can auto wire it also, no problem. I will create a fresh project. And to the message repo, I will provide message class. I will provide at the rate of data tag, or you can provide getter setters as well, no problem. So here I will do m dot set message, m dot set password, and there is one secret message also, right? As of now, I am preparing one secret message by myself. Later we will convert, do it by our secret messages. Any random string I will keep here. So okay, data is, so here we have created this. Now let's try to check it. So encrypt message is the post mapping. So I will do the same thing. Let's restart the application first. So here we'll go to log talk application and restart. And wait. After that, what we will do in the message controller, we will ask message repository to save this message. So we will ask mr dot save m. This message we will save in database. Now we will start our application. Now let's go back to Postman, and you can cut all these tabs, previously open tabs. Here we will make http colon double forward slash localhost colon 8080 slash encrypt message, and we have to make one post mapping. Now post mapping, in the post mapping I'm not requesting body of any particular class. In the message controller you can check that we are passing two argument, one of string message and one of string password, like this. Means this is not a particular class, these are two static random values. Now if we go to postman, we will go to body, we will go to raw, and then here I will try to provide one JSON object. So at first message, so in the message I will type colon, message is hello dear, then password, then password. What password? Password, let's say 1234, like that. I will send this value, and you see here we are getting 500 internal server error. Let's check from database. So here your Spring is throwing lot of errors. Error, you read this error, identifier of entity message must be manually assigned before calling persist. So at first it is telling you that it is having values problem. It is having values problem, that you are not assigning the values, but I am sending the values. So in the postman, are you sending a JSON value? Is your Spring controller asking for any JSON value? Answer is no. It is not asking for any JSON value. It is not asking for any JSON value. It is asking two parameters. One as MSG and second as password. You have to provide the same thing as a normal values. So here in the body, now we will not send the raw data. What we will send now? We will send form data. What we will send? Form data. Key and value. Key means input box. Name. The name of input box is MSG and its value is hello. Its value is hello dear. Key, next key, next value is password that I am sending, and password I am sending as 1234 5. Now we are not sending the raw JSON data, we are sending the form data. Let's send it now. And again we are getting 200. Okay. This time what we are getting? We are getting 200. Okay. What we are getting? We are getting 200. Okay. Let's check our database now. Do we really have these values here? So here I will say use lock top, select asterisk from message, and in our particular database we got secret message just created by me. We will change it later. Now how we will be send? Now API is working fine, guys. API is working fine, but in the postman, only, how it is going to work in the front end. So if you guys having knowledge of React, so at first we need to install Axios here. At first we need to install Axios. So let's go back, cd lock npm install Axios. So here Axios means for you can do post request, get request, all the requests you can do. Now to this button, I will perform one on click listener. On click. On click is I am calling one encrypt encrypt message function. I am calling one encrypt message function. Now let's declare this function here. I will declare const encrypt message and I will create an arrow function here. Now let's import Axios here. So I will say import Axios from Axios. Like this I will do. Okay. Like this I will do. Now we want to do a post request using Axios. How I will do? How I will send the values? Post request. We have to do post request, right? So let's understand how you will do it. Okay. So in the encrypt message, we will type Axios dot post. Axios dot post. And to which link you are posting? So we are posting to http colon localhost colon 8080 slash and link is what is the link? That is encrypt message. That is encrypt message. That is encrypt message like this. Now, how you will do the post mapping from here? How you will do the post mapping from here? You have to send the values, right? So inside this encrypt message, question mark, question mark. At first, it requires message MSG. Message equals to dollar and curly bracket where your message is written inside the message variable, and password is equals to dollar curly brackets. Where is the password? In the password section. That's it. So here we are doing this. We don't know whether it is going to work or not because this is your first time, I think, that you are creating these kind of things. Now here when I'm trying to do this kind of part, so let's go here in the front end. We will restart the application. LogTalk is working fine. All right. I will type one message here that hi everyone. This message is coming from front end. Password, some random password I will keep and encrypt the message. While doing the encrypt message, fine. Let's check the console, whether you are getting something on the console or not. So we'll go back to console and yes, console is showing error. Console is saying failed to load the resource and there is a problem. There is a problem and server has responded with the status of 404 not found. I think it's not running. So let's restart the server now. So what we will do is we will restart the server. Okay, got it. And from the front end, again I will send the same values. And again our front end is saying different kind of error. What error? That there is a bad request. There is one bad request. HTTPS. Who is saying this HTTPS? Spring does not support HTTPS directly, Durga. You have to provide it. So here technically only HTTP we will try to write. So in this particular front end, here we are trying to page http colon double forward slash. This is the problem. Okay, got it. So let's try to send the message again. And this time http colon double forward slash localhost slash encrypt message slash message. Now here you will get these kind of error that it has been blocked by CORS policy. CORS policy. Now CORS policy is actually a security provided by Spring Boot, that is stands for cross origin resource sharing. Cross origin resource sharing. It means that your Spring is saying that okay, data is coming to me from another local host. Data is coming to me from another local host, and here it has written the values. By the way, here values has been written. Let's check. You can check that here values are written. We are getting the values in database, but we are getting that error. That is the cross origin error. That values are coming from another local host. For that, wherever your controller is, tell your controller one thing. That is REST controller. Tell it cross origin. Here I will type one annotation. That is cross origin. That was the same or error. Cross origin resource sharing. So same I will provide cross origin. Here I will provide origins. That if there is any request coming to you from http colon double forward slash localhost colon 5173 slash, if any request to you is coming from this localhost 5173, boss, what you have to do? You have to accept that request. Let's restart the server now. Cross origin will do that. Here we will restart the application and let's understand. We will send some another message and some other message I will write. That says sure. Go to inspect. Let's go to console and again I will hit the encrypt message button, and this time we are not getting any course error. We are not getting any course error. Check the database. In the database also we got the message. So that is how you take the values from front end. Now what I am doing here, that question mark message equals to message path, this is what called sending the form data. Because there in the Spring Boot I am accepting two argument in the URL. Here in the message controller I am accepting two things, string message and string password. Same thing I am providing there. That encrypt message is the URL, and here I am providing question mark, means now I will provide the values for MSG and value for password, like this. Okay, so let me create a GitHub repository for front end, and backend code I will provide you as a zip file. So here I will create a repository as logtalk. Fine guys, we'll connect again tomorrow. Have a nice time everyone. Bye bye, take care. In this, there are a lot of things that we need to fix now, right? There are a lot of things. We are saving all the